Installing Node in the system is super easy. You just have to open the browser and head on to nodejs.org. And then you need to open the download page of Node.js. And here you can find the executable file of Node.js. Throughout this course, I'm using Windows. So I'm going to click on this Windows installer to download the Node version for my Windows system. Once you download the installer, double click on it. You will see the first window, Welcome to the Node Setup Wizard. Just click on the Next. Then accept the agreement. Click on the Next. And here you can find the node on your system. I'm going to leave these as default and then click on Next. Here you can find the custom setup. I'm not going to do anything here. I'm going to leave everything as it is. I'm going to just click on this Next button here. Here you can find the automatic install necessary tools for the node. I'm going to leave these everything as it is. I'm not going to check this checkbox. I'm going to leave it as it is and click on the Next button. Now here you can notice ready to install node. So just click on the install button to install node in your local system. Now once the node is successfully installed, so just click on this finish button to finish this setup. So now you have the node installed in your local system. Now once I install my node, let me verify the node is successfully installed or not. So I'm going to open the command prompt and here I'm going to verify my node is successfully installed or not. I'm going to just simply enter a command node --version. When I press enter, I'm going to have the node version as a result. So I have 12.8.3 version installed in my local system. So your node is now successfully installed in your local system. We are not going to type everything on the command prompt. So next we're going to download and install editor for node application. Once you understand how to install node in your local system, let me show you the editor I'm using throughout this course. I'm using Visual Studio Code Editor for writing Node script. Visual Studio Code Editor is the most popular editor out there in the market. It's free, built on open source and runs anywhere on any system. Visual Studio Code comes with a lot of built-in features. So let me first install this editor in the local system so we can work with Node script. To install Visual Studio Code, just head on to code.visualstudio.com and right from here install the Visual Studio Code in your local system. I'm going to click on this download for Windows and download and install the Visual Studio Code editor in my local system. I already done that, so I'm going to just open the Visual Studio Code editor. So when you open the Visual Studio Code first time, you will get the result something like this. On the left side of the Visual Studio Code editor, you have the Explorer tab and here you can find the current directories of your project. Then you have the search section and right from here you can search for a specific word and replace it. Then you have the Git section to initialize your project with Git. And then you have the debug tab. Then you have the extension tab where you can install the different extension in your Visual Studio Code editor. So let me first show you which extension I'm using for this editor. I'm going to just click on this, enable extensions. And here you can notice I'm using material icon theme for adding icons as a prefix of the file. So when I create a file, I'm going to have these different icons before my file name. Just out of that, I'm going to install OneDarkPro theme. I'm using this theme for this editor. If you want, you can choose your favorite theme as well. That doesn't matter. This is the most installed and used theme in Visual Studio Code Editor. So I'm going to install this theme and set as my Visual Studio Code Editor theme. Now, if you want to install different themes, you can search here for themes. And right from here, you can install different themes for your Visual Studio Code Editor. Once you know that how to use the extension tab, let's move to the Explorer tab. And here, let me first open my project folder. So I'm going to click on this Open Folder and select the empty tutorial folder. Just like this, and here you can notice this tutorial folder is now open in the Visual Studio Code editor. Let me show you my settings I'm using for this Visual Studio Code editor. So I'm going to press Ctrl P and here you can find the setting I'm using for this Visual Studio Code editor. I'm using the theme OneDarkPro, then I'm using the icon theme Material Icon, then I have the editor font size 18. I'm using the Rubik font family for this editor. The font width is 400 and the zoom level is 1. And for the terminal, I'm using Git Bash Shell. Just out of that, I'm using the integrated cursor style line and I'm going to specify the font family for the terminal overpass mono. I'm going to save this file. Next, we're going to install Git in the local system. Now, once I install my Visual Studio Code editor, I'm going to just head on to git-scm.com and install the Git in my local system. Git is an open source distributed version control system. It's used to create different versions of your application. You can save a lot of time by using Git. In this course, we're not going to talk about what is Git and how to use it because Git is out of this course. I'm using Bash Shell as a terminal, that is why I'm using Git throughout this course. If you're comfortable with command prompt, then you don't have to do it. So I'm going to just click on this download button and download Git in my local system. Once I download it, I'm going to just add this setting to set my terminal as a git bash shell. I'm going to just say terminal.integrated.shell.windows, and then I'm going to specify the path of the bash.exe file. I have my git installed in my program files in my C drive, so I'm going to specify that path. So when I open the terminal of the Visual Studio Code editor, I'm going to have the git bash as a terminal. To open the terminal, you just need to head on to the terminal section and click on this new terminal. As you can notice, I'm going to have the git bash as a terminal. If you're not comfortable with bash shell, that's completely fine. You can use the simple command prompt. The commands I'm executing with bash shell can also be executed with the command prompt of Windows. So don't worry about that. Next, we are going to see how to work with Node.